Right, so Football Manager have released a trailer for the new features coming to FM22, and in today's video we're going to go through that trailer frame by frame and see exactly what is going to be added to the game and speculate on a few things that could be coming. So we're going to jump straight into it. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, I'm going to put it on screen for you guys right now and then we'll break the trailer down. So make sure you do drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for FM22 content, and let's get into the trailer.
Peggy 3.
So I think the best thing to do is go through things in chronological order. So we'll start off with where it starts off in the video, and that is the main menu and the game selection mode. You can see here we've got the 5 modes that we're pretty used to: career mode, creator club, online career, fantasy draft, but the changes seem to be coming in versus mode, interestingly. Doesn't look like versus mode is going to be ready at launch. It says coming in 2022 and is exclusively available for FMFC members, which is kind of like Football Manager's newsletter and members area, I suppose. If you've not signed up to it, just go to their website and sign up for it. They usually do some pretty decent giveaways, including of Football Manager shirts as well. I got one last year, and you can see in the background these Football Manager branded shirts with War Child as the sponsor. Potentially, these could be the shirts that they are going to be giving away and available for you guys this year. So that could be a little interesting sneak feature. What the versus mode could mean, though, if it's being changed and is exclusively for FMFC members, I think potentially what this could mean is that there's going to be a big ranked system when it comes to Football Manager. Play against your mates, beat them, you get a higher ranking score, and there'll be some big Sports Interactive leaderboards. That's what I think, at least from the FMFC bit. And then, of course, at the end of the year, they'll have some sort of grand champion and they might get a prize. That's what I'm taking from this. It might not be true at all, but it's what would make sense to me. The next thing that I noticed was, looks like we're getting a bit of an upgrade to the hair in-game. Looks like there's some new facial hair features here that can be added to your manager, and I assume this will also be on the regens in-game as well. And you can also see a bit of an upgrade on the eyebrows as well. I'm pretty sure it's not quite as in-depth as this in the current game. Following on from that, there's then a little bit of a cutscene that says work closer with your backroom staff, and it doesn't really give much else away after that. The next sort of screenshot I've got for you is this bit which says Director of Football, Transfer Policy. We think you should be looking to use the transfer market to develop the squad. Well, we kind of already have this in Football Manager before every single, and just at the end actually of all the transfer windows, you have a meeting with Director of Footballs and Scouts to say who you want to try and sign, what positions you're looking for. So maybe that's been revamped a little bit, but that's what I'm gleaning from this work closer with backroom staff. So I'll be interested to see where they're going with it. And I think it could be a bit of a scouting revamp based on the next couple of screenshots. They seem to make a big deal of deadline day. They did in the reveal trailer and looks like they're doing so now. So I'd like to think they're doing something a bit more different with deadline day, and that might tie into the working closer with backroom staff. Usually I find deadline day really annoying because it just comes through with multiple bids of the same price from the same club about 12 times, and you have to say no every single time and they don't get the message. It annoys me. So maybe something's being tweaked on deadline day. And it also suggests here as well that there could be like a deadline day sort of shortlist where players who are wanting to move get put on this list and they want to move to a bigger club, for example. This was also part of a trailer, so this could be part of a deadline day sort of thing. And again, working closer with the staff, potentially it's your scouts that come up with this list and identify those people that want to move to bigger clubs that you can try and buy on deadline day. Next up though is the biggest thing. They left it pretty late in the trailer, but it looks like there's going to be a whole new data hub added to the game, and this could be crucial. At the moment, analysis for anything is a little bit hard to find and maybe not the greatest analysis of all. But if they can get a central data hub, this could be crucial. And what it gives us here is some key findings from the previous match. You can see that the overall match momentum, we were under pressure a lot for the match. In the last match, we also need to focus passes down the left-hand side. And in terms of XG performance, we're worse than our opponents in creating good opportunities. So this could give you a bit of scope to try and tweak and hone your tactics to get some better results. It also goes a bit further and shows us some graphics. So you can see this match momentum here. You can see it looks like, I'm going to assume because it said that they were under pressure for a lot of the game, green is the opposition and purple is the home team, the team that you're playing as. I'm going to assume that they scored 2 goals late on, judging by those balls above the match momentum thing. So it does kind of suggest, I'd like to see a little bit more metrics down the side. It doesn't really seem to give away too much. Danger of possession, like what does that actually mean? Does that mean they're having plenty of shots? Does it just mean they're in the final third all the time? I'd like to see something on the other axis just to give me an indication as to what these bars are actually indicating, because at the moment they look a little bit arbitrary. But I'm sure this will become very helpful when you are planning some game plans, essentially. If you're like 2 or 3-0 up, maybe you want to just keep momentum going in your direction, or maybe you want to try and almost invite momentum onto you from the opposition as you try and shut up shop and park the bus. So that could be quite interesting. What I think is maybe a little bit more interesting right now is this new pass map. To me, it looks like you've got the 11 players on the pitch here, and it's telling me how frequently and where they are placing their passes. So we've got rare, fairly frequent, frequent, and very frequent. So you can see that this right midfielder, I would assume maybe he's making quite a lot of backwards passes by looks of things, very frequent backwards passes. Whereas we've got our centre-backs here, looks like centre-backs at least, making some rare passes back to the goalkeeper. So this could be very useful when you're trying to actually, work out what your tactic is actually doing. If you want your players to make loads of passes, long passes forward, you might see very frequent passes from your goalkeeper or your centre-backs to your strikers. That's what you could be seeing. If you want some tiki-taka style of play, like this one is maybe suggesting lots of sideways passes between the midfield players. So this could be vital, I think, in just actually confirming if your tactic is working in the intended way you want it to work. I'm looking forward to using this in game. Then it also looks like there's going to be a new position in the game of a wide centre-back. Now this is quite exciting. In the past few years in real football, we've seen the adoption of the back 3 quite a lot. And if I'm honest with you, I don't think Football Manager has properly implemented that into the game. But with the addition of this wide centre-back, I think back 3s are going to be really popular this year. As you can see in the description, the main job of the wide centre-back is to stop the opposition attackers from playing and to clear the ball from danger when required. However, unlike standard central defenders, the wide centre-back is encouraged to stay in a wide position and support the midfield more like a fullback. So already I'm kind of seeing Kyle Walker, for example, I think would be a perfect wide centre-back in this kind of situation. Whether or not these wide centre-backs will replace wing-backs or left-backs and right-backs, I don't quite know. If you go to the next screen, you can see that the wide centre-back's part of a back 3 with 2 wing-backs in there. So that does suggest that potentially it might be wise to keep sticking with wing-backs in a back 5. But I think with wide centre-backs, if you've got a solid defence, I reckon you could maybe get away with those 3, have your centre-back in the middle and then the wide centre-backs on like defensive duties to sort of hold. I think they could cover that back line quite well. So I will definitely be experimenting with these wide centre-backs and seeing what I can do with a back 5 or just a back 3 and seeing how well they work. So there we have it. That is the breakdown of the features trailer. For me, I am very much looking forward to this new data hub. I think that's going to be really, really interesting. And I can't wait to get those wide centre-backs to overlap with my wing-backs to then overlap with my wingers. It'll be good. Of course, let me know down in the comment section what you guys want to see. And of course, if I've missed anything in the trailer that you guys have spotted, that'd be really cool too. And if you are planning on picking up a copy of FM22, I would love it if you guys could do it via my affiliate link in the description with 2Game. I've teamed up with 2Game again, been doing it for a number of years now, and we can bring you copies of FM22 for cheaper than you can get it on Steam or the Epic Store, including instant Steam key delivery and beta access as well. Also, if you use code TomFM at checkout, you get an extra 10% off, which is fantastic stuff. I get a bit of commission too. It's a win-win situation. So would love it if you guys could get it from that link in the description. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And until next time, have a great evening. Have a good one. Goodbye.